Alrighty, so it's about time that we're going to do something that I might at the end of this video classify as cheating, which is using Little Mermaid and using favorite item Helm. Now the reason why this is just going to be broken is because both of these two characters have full, or not even full, fill gauge burst, right? They both have this thing where they fill the burst gauge of their allies, right? Obviously when the total ammo consumed by allies reaches 400, Little Mermaid is going to give all allies 37% fill burst gauge, right? And then when Helm, favorite item Helm, uses her full charge, she's going to be giving Phil's burst gauge. Now, that's just too much Phil burst gauge. Now, shout out to Riki. I'm on his account to do the showcase. And I'm also going to have a video later on today of her versus Litter, so stay tuned for that as well. But with someone who has cooldown reduction at the end of a full burst, and then also Phil's burst gauge, and then another character who has Phil burst gauge, we're looking at something that might just be nasty. So we're going in with this team where it's Crown, you know, Scarlet and Asuka for DPS, and just random win DPS since their type advantage, Little Mermaid, and then Helm. This team might be nasty. We're gonna see what we're gonna just see what this is looking like. Full favorite item. Let me know if you guys want. I might just do a how to build this character video as well, like a best way to build her, because there is certain things that people might not know that you might want to do for her. But yeah, let's go and see how well this is, right? I'm expecting infinite burst, right? And I'm not worried about burst skill cooldown because we have CDR. So let's take a look and see. I'm expecting literally crazy burst, like just bursting, rapid burst. That's what I'm expecting. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so let's go to you, right? Okay, so remember, she fills burst gauge after the full burst ends. So after the first full burst, she should be just bursting instantly again. As you guys see for damage, it is gonna be nasty. Like, she is just gonna be a powerhouse character in terms of her own damage, like 173 million, Scarlet 611 million broken. But then look at that burst, bro. We bursted like a second after we ended a full burst. Let's see what time we finish this full burst and what time we get back into a burst, because this is just nasty enough. I'm sorry, that's just nasty. Hold on, what? Okay, wait, it's 2:30. 2:30. Let's see what timestamp we get to our full burst again. Okay, the enemy jumped, but it was 2:30 or 2:27. 2:27 we got our full, so it took 3 seconds there. And I don't know if me pausing had to do anything with that, because when I pause, I think it stops them from shooting. So there is that. But let's just take a look now. So 2:13. Yeah, we went from 2:13 and 2:11. Within 2 seconds, we got a full burst again. Within 2 seconds, we got a full. This is cheating. This is cheating. This is cheating. Within 2 seconds, we got a full burst again. Let's see here. Okay, 159, 157. We're using our burst skill. Within 2 seconds, we're using our burst skills. Hello, bro. This is cheating. This is cheating. That's cheating. That's cheating. That's cheating. Within 2 seconds. What if I put Grave on the team? Because I'm pretty sure Grave also has burst gauge filling. I'm pretty sure Grave has burst gauge filling. And if I put her Grave with Rappy, or not Rappy, with Red Hood, that's the next. Hold on. After this, we're gonna go into the next, another composition. I want to see something, because those burst skill characters are nasty. Hold on. This is just too. This is broken. I just think this is broken, right? I should probably just switch to Helm too. Our burst gauge is gonna. Oh my god, this is just dumb. This is actually comical. Are we gonna get 10 billion damage? Like what? Within without a second? Did we get a burst gauge in a second? Little Mermaid's #1 burst one in the game, bro. She might be. I think she's top 5 in the game. Like, if you ask me right now, Zxous, how you ranking these? Wait, let me see. 105, 103. 103 we got it. 105, and then 105 we ended the full burst. 103 we got our full burst. Make it make sense, y'all. Do you guys realize how broken that is? Like, I'm sorry to pause it, but if you realize what's happening, Crown, that means Crown's attack damage buff is permanent right now. The attack damage buff that Crown is giving off her burst skill is permanent because it lasts for 15 seconds when you use her burst skill. That means that's a permanent attack damage buff that Crown is giving, and that's already a permanent attack damage buff she's giving because she's getting healed by Helm. Helm is also giving, what's it called? Attack damage for 10 seconds when entering a full burst. These are permanent, basically. Oh my god. We might hit 10 billion. I think we're gonna hit 10 billion damage. It's cheating. To be fair, this guy's cracked. Like, Riki's account is cracked. He's like at 1.5, 1.6 billion power. But still, this is cheating. I'm about to, oh my god. Yeah, we're gonna hit 10 billion damage. We're gonna hit 10 billion damage with this. That's cheating. If you were to ask me my top 5 characters in the game right now, I'd probably say 1 is Rappy, 2 is Crown, 3 is either Cinderella or Little Mermaid. Or not Cinderella, Red Hood or Little Mermaid. And then 4 would be Red Hood or Little Mermaid, and then 5 would be Cinderella. I think that's what I would say. Because that's nasty. This character hits way too hard, crazy support. We're at 10 billion. We're going to be at 11 billion damage. 11 billion damage. No, that's not 11 million. 11 billion? No, that is 11 billion. We're at 11 billion damage. And Riki logged in. Great timing. Alright, y'all, so we're going in here with this team now. Now, this is just going to be nasty, what I'm about to see, because Red Hood has crazy burst gauge. Helm's passive gives her crazy burst gauge filling. Little Mermaid's passive gives her crazy burst gauge filling. And then Grave has crazy burst gauge filling off her skill after heat emission. So let's take a look and see what this is looking like, because this is going to be nasty. Within 2 seconds after a full burst ended on the other team, we got back into our full burst, which made Crown's entire kit permanent. It made Crown's entire kit permanently active, which is just broken in my personal opinion. But let's take a look and see what this is doing. Right, remember, after the very first full burst, then and only then is it gonna start popping off. So let's take a look and see when this full burst ends. It's gonna be nasty. This is gonna be broken. So we ended this full burst at 245, and 244 we had our burst gauge again. At 244, we ended at 2:45 seconds. 2 minutes and 45 seconds we ended, and then at 2 minutes and 44 seconds we got back into our full burst. That's just not normal. That means all these people. Bro, did you see that? Did you see that burst gauge? Look at that burst gauge. Look at that burst gauge. Look at that burst gauge. What? What? Bro, Helm and Little Mermaid is not normal. It's not normal. What's the damage? It's not normal. Right? I would say though, if you guys can see perfectly with this team, if you look at the characters we have an AR, 2 snipers, and a machine gun character, right? When you have a team like this, you see Little Mermaid's damage. It's still good, don't get me wrong. For a supporter, it's still very good, but it's not as broken as it is with all machine gun characters. And when I say broken, I'm talking about just her damage solely. What this character is doing is not normal. In general, like, that's broken. She's broken. What she's doing in general is just not normal. But solely on her damage, yeah, no. The other team got 11 billion damage. This team is not gonna get that much, but the burst gauge is too quick. The burst gauge is way too quick. It's way too quick. I think with Crown we could have got a lot more damage out, but I put Grave specifically for Red Hood, and because I knew Grave had burst gauge filling as well. And then with the cooldown reduction from Little Mermaid, look at that. We got into our burst so quick that even with CDR it wasn't fast enough. Bro, it's broken. She's broken. If you have Little Mermaid, Helm, and Crown, you beat the game. Genuinely. I'm about to go into like Kraken. I'm about to go after this. I'm about to go to Kraken with that last team I just had and see what I can do. Because that's broken. I'm sorry, but that's not normal. With these two characters alone, with Little Mermaid and with Helm, Crown has her kit activated the entire time because her stuff lasts for 15 seconds and it reprocs every time you enter a full burst. Oh my shit, she's nasty. This is nasty. Little Mermaid, Crown, and Helm with any DPS is going to be crazy. I'm telling you that. Because they have cooldown reduction, they have burst gauge filling, they all have attacking buffs. Whether it's attack damage or just regular attack, they all have these buffs. Little Mermaid, Crown, and Helm with any DPS is broken. That's all I can say. I'm about to use these characters like Crow. Just to see how nasty it really can get. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, this is the Burst 1 Pilgrim we've needed. I'm sorry, Dorothy. You were great for bosses and all that, and you're still great, don't get me wrong, but this is the Burst 1 Pilgrim we needed. This is Crown's best friend that we needed. The Burst 1 that is allowed to stand beside Crown. And Helm as well as the first ever banner unit. If you don't remember, Helm was the first ever Nikke banner unit. She deserves to be up in there as well with her favorite item. I believe that. That's nasty. That's nasty. They're broken, bro. They're broken. We're about to go into Kraken with this same team. Wait, can I see? Did that team register? Wow. That means the score I got before was better than... That was a new record for him. The score I had got before with this team was a new record for him. It didn't save because Riki logged in right before it ended, but that would have been a new record for him. That's crazy. Let's go into Kraken with this. All right, so we're here in Kraken, the exact same team. I'm expecting nothing but greatness. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm expecting nothing but greatness. The only way I see us losing or dying here in any way, shape, or form is literally when it comes to that interruption part where if I make the mistake of hit the gray circles, well, knowing me, I probably will. I'm going to keep it a buck with you, right? But remember, after that first burst skill, then you're good to go. Like, after all this is proactive, Crown is officially activated the entire time. Crown is activated the entire time now. Her attack damage buff is going to be on us the entire time because I'm going to show you guys. Our full burst just ended, right? Or take a look at Scarlet, for example. Where is this attack damage buff? The 34%. Last Kingdom, I guess. 36%. We have 5 more seconds with that, right? Look, because we just got back into a full burst before it ended, and because Crown just used her burst skill again, if we go to Scarlet again and you look at Last Kingdom, that attack damage buff reapplied before it ended. So that's a permanent. That's permanent now, y'all. That's a permanent attack damage buff from Crown's burst skill, which he probably was doing before with other team comps. Don't get me wrong, but this is just nasty. Like, I genuinely, this is not fair. It's not fair. It's just not fair. I'm sorry. It's just not fair. It's not fair. You need Little Mermaid. You need Little Mermaid. I'm considering spending money. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm considering spending money for her. For her, she's worth it. And this is what I meant when I made my video. My should you summon on should you go for her or Mihara? Mihara is going to be a great DPS. Don't get me wrong, but this is a support that is going to have longevity. This is a support that you're going to want to have, guaranteed. This is what I mean. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, y'all. This is broken. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. That's all I can say. It's cheating. Helm and Little Mermaid is cheating, in my opinion. I do think that. I do strongly believe Helm and Little Mermaid is cheating, in my opinion. We have our shields up still, which I believe, is our shields permanent too? Well, technically it would not be, right? If it breaks, but I mean, like, if we were to last the entire 15 seconds, would that also be cheating or whatever? Okay. This is gonna be the hard part, y'all. Okay. Boom, boom. And you see, I should have just came off the shift. I should have just come off the shift. I should have just come off the shift. Rather than just trying, like, you know, I already knew it was gonna happen like that. But we're good. It's okay. Little Mermaid? I mean, Little Mermaid Crown. Hello? Look at Little Mermaid's damage. Why is Little Mermaid higher than Asuka? Oh my god. You guys get the gist, bro. You guys get the gist. It's done. It's done. It's done. Number one burst one in the game. The definitive best burst one in the game. I'm not even going to make that claim until I do the her versus Litter video, which is coming up after this video. So, it's your boy Zxous. Let me know what you guys seen after this video. I'm out. Peace.